It's not a game. I'm not
No,
single.
it must be a game. You don't live with the father of your child. You're a single mother.
I don't think that single mothers is a good thing. I think that it's something that you cannot control. Majority of the time, a woman cannot control whether or not she becomes a single mother. There's nothing you can do. Okay, but like I said, you can't control single motherhood. If the man could just leave at any time, like there's
No,
nothing you
you
can
actually
do. You
can.
can't
I'll give you
stop
two
them.
examples. I'll give you two examples. Number one, you can stop being promiscuous. So you could actually find out like about the guy you're sleeping with before he's seeing you. That's number one. Anyways, you live like an animal, respectfully. You live like the
How
lower
do I
animals.
live like an
You live
animal?
unrefined. You live like a barbarian. Oh,
It just
great. It's
turned into
1:33
PM.
p.m., which is also known as like the middle of the day. And you're wearing a bonnet and you're wearing pajamas.
What's up, YouTube? JayBReacts back in with another video. Now today we're gonna be reacting to the saint and the sinner, giving you lessons from a pimp. That used to always crack me up when he used to say that. It seems like he's been going live having debates with different black females. Now in this particular debate, we're dealing with a 23-year-old woman who is a single mom and she's delusional. To me, this conversation represents why this next generation is cooked. And when I mean cooked, I mean super cooked. The logic thrown out the window, accountability thrown out the window. But she feels like she has life figured out. Marquette Devon Burton definitely breaks down how and what she has done wrong set far, and this definitely is an interesting conversation. But I'm gonna let y'all be the judge of that. Make sure y'all like the video, hype the video, comment below. Without further ado, let's dive into the content.
Now, Lace, you admitted that women are more emotional, have less control over themselves, yet you think that you should be equal to a man. That's lunacy. You've proven that you should not be regarded at the same level, that women need to be led because they become emotional, which means irrational. Now, furthermore, you also don't have a sense of right and wrong, probably mostly because you were raised by a woman who herself has no sense of right and wrong.
Damn.
And women, when left to their own devices, become extremely immoral. You said that you engage in sexual deviance. You said that your mother would not have any problem with knowing that you engage in sexual deviance. And let me go off on a limb and make a wild guess. Let me make a wild guess. You're a single mom.
No, not necessarily.
Not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily. You said you
What
were
does that mean?
honest earlier. So
Yes.
can we go with the honest answer, which I have an eerie feeling would be yes, that you are a single mom, unless I'm missing something and you're married to a man and you're under his roof right now.
No, I'm not married. I'm
So
definitely
then
not
that would
married.
make you
Okay,
that would
she's
make
not
you a single
married.
mother, wouldn't it?
I guess legally. I guess I don't know. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I have
So
somebody. So we're
I
just not
without the
married.
law, without the
This is
law, the man
strange.
who got you pregnant, do you live with him?
No.
Okay. So dear, you are a single mother. I prefer
And
the
if you're not dating that guy, you definitely gonna be considered a single mom. She just having some denial issues.
term lonely mother. Me personally, I like the term lonely mother.
lonely.
But you are in fact a lonely mother, also known as a single mother. And I asked you earlier if you're self-aware. You're not self-aware. You're lying to yourself. And the reason that you're lying to yourself is because we all know being a lonely mother or a single mother is a bad state. And we know that it's bad. So to escape the stigma, the reality, you lie and say that you're not a single mother when in actual fact, that's what you are.
Okay, but
I can
for
understand that.
one, if a woman is a single mother, why is it she getting the hate? Like it's a man is choosing to make a child with her.
Hold on, ma'am. You definitely chose to allow the man to leave the seed inside you, though. Come on now.
I cannot force a man to, you know, do. Like we
What?
both laid down.
But you,
So especially, and now I get the whole marriage thing. I do support women getting married before they have children.
that's crazy.
But if I have a boyfriend and we're together, you know, like I don't think that's, I mean, of course it's not planned or nothing like that. But if it happens, it happens, you know, just life is life. But, you know,
This woman is 23 as
I
well.
don't think anything's wrong with that. And
So
I
the
think
thought
marriage is
process
also I think it's
skewed.
more a religious thing. I think it's pushed for the wrong reasons on people. A lot of people don't know what they're getting themselves into when they decide to get married first. And then,
You know the funny thing, the marriage is actually supposed to be more to protect the woman than actually the guy.
and of course, you got to think about all the people who got married, and then they're literally still end up single mothers, married single mothers. And then if they do what you're telling people to do, not work and just sit in the house and be a housewife and have kids, then when they get divorced, and usually the husband just goes about their day and they're just stuck with no skills and no life. Their resume is like 10 years empty. Now they got all the kids and they're a single mother, and it's not really a good look. So I don't think I'm happy with what I got going on, but I see where you're coming from though.
As a 23-year-old woman, I'm hoping that she's not leading herself with the fear part and saying that the guy can leave you. You're not going to have no skills, all this and that. It never comes from a place of optimism, only just the worst of what can happen.
I just
really wish
think
you
you
did.
should put yourself in other people's shoes and think about all of the
No, ma'am.
possibilities.
I keep myself in my own shoes because I like my shoes. And the reason that I like my shoes is because I've lived an upright life. And that's what I recommend to people. I don't teach based on speculation. I teach based on what I've lived, and also teach based on the data and what is going to position you for success. So number one, when you say that you like the situation you're in, I think you're just saying that because it's the situation that you're in. So you're trying to cope, which is a psychological reaction to trauma or disappointment and things like that. Furthermore, earlier you said, no, you weren't a single mother. So I just want to verify. Now we agree that you are a single mother. Is that correct?
I mean, in terms of legality, I mean, I'm not a married mother.
Even without legality, do you live with the man who got you pregnant?
Okay, good question.
No,
No, you're a single mother then. So why are we playing games here, madam?
I want to know, is she even with the father?
It's not a game. I'm not single.
No, it must be a game. You don't live with the father of your child. You're a single mother.
Okay.
Yeah, like we can leave legality alone. That's fine. Yeah, you don't have to get legally married. Do you live with the father of your child?
That's good enough.
No, I don't.
No. Okay. And so you're a single mother. I don't know why that was so difficult to concede. Why did you lie is what I'm trying to figure out.
I didn't lie, but I mean, you can say it like that. That's what you can say, because I don't live with him and we're not married. But I'm telling you that I'm not single. But I mean, we can move forward on that. I mean, it doesn't really.
You seem to really struggle with
somebody else,
the truth.
She dated somebody else.
Everyone agrees on what a single mother is. I even gave you a consideration saying, hey, well, do you live with them? And you're like, no. I'm like, okay, you're a single mother. Why do you think that you're struggling with accepting that? Because basically it's like if you said, hey, Marquette, are you black? And I'm like,
somebody asked the same question. Are they at least together?
Black? Who? Where? How? It's like, no, yeah, like, yes, I am black. There's nothing to talk about. Like, I don't need to start telling, well, my auntie is Native American, and no, I'm black. It's very simple. So where do you get the idea that you're not a single mother? Can you explain that part? Like, how are you not a single mother if I'm missing something?
She must have a boyfriend.
I'm in a relationship.
What I said.
With the father of your child?
No, that's what I'm saying. But you can.
So
clearly,
are you in a relationship with a woman? Are you in a relationship with a woman?
No.
Why is that funny? That's what you do. What are you're laughing like? That's funny. That's what you do.
That's what you automatically assume. But no.
No, I didn't assume it. I asked you. I said, are you in a relationship with a woman? Now, so you're in a relationship with a male who is he trying to be the father to your kid, or is he just sleeping with you?
He already is doing his part. He's a great stepdad. I love him.
His part. So you live in his house?
No. I don't live with him.
Damn.
I don't want to live with any boyfriends at all.
So this is called.
How you know you in it? Let me let him finish.
Shacking up. You see, if your mother had morals and values, she would have used this. She would have taught you this term. This is called shacking up. This is when you have no provision, you have no protection, and all you're doing is giving out your body cheaply. It is your habit of giving out your body cheaply that lands you in the current situation that you're in as a single mother. You see, it's because of the high level of promiscuity that it allows you to go and jump from man to man. For
This 23 this 23-year-old lady is definitely playing a dangerous game by already not being with the father that had the kid. You got a man, you're not living with him. It doesn't look like it's any real structure or any promise to the future. You can just be dealing with him, and eventually one day y'all can just break it off, and now you got to go to another guy.
example, was the guy who got you pregnant, was he there when the child was birthed?
Mm-mm.
So you're telling me that he got you pregnant and you couldn't even keep him to the childbirth? Like, did he ever ask you to terminate the pregnancy? And don't use that word that starts with an A. Did he ever ask you to terminate the pregnancy?
No, I broke up with him before I found out I was pregnant, and I had my baby anyway.
Wow. You know what's crazy? Hold up. I know at least about 5 women that have went through that. They broke up with the guy after they got pregnant because I don't want to be with him no more. I just don't like him like that. That is scary as hell to me.
I wanted to do that. My baby
What?
is fine.
Oh,
She's
my.
thriving.
Horrible mentality.
I personally did not want to terminate my child just because I found out I was pregnant. That doesn't mean that my child did not deserve to live. It was my first time ever being pregnant in my
Okay.
life, and I was definitely going to have that child. So
I
I
respect
did
that.
that.
I respect
And
that,
she's
but
thriving, she's growing, she's fine. She has a father figure.
A father figure?
land the bed you made.
No, she doesn't have a father figure. She has a guy who's currently in your life, and by the time she's old enough to realize what a father is, this guy will be probably gone.
Facts.
Based on your track record.
Ooh.
And did it occur to you once you realized that you were pregnant that you should try to go back and see if he wanted to be a part of your life and your child's life?
Yeah, we spoke about it, but it's nothing there. Like, we're not gonna work.
Why?
So when two people don't work out, we just don't work out.
Is it because of
Gotcha.
you or
Did he
him?
ever ask you to terminate the pregnancy at all?
No, he did it on purpose.
So he tried to get you pregnant on purpose and never once asked you to terminate the pregnancy?
No.
Sounds like the guy really liked you and you just didn't like him enough.
Okay. What age is this fella?
He's also 23.
Damn.
So, okay. So just for everyone watching, and this is why I tell women that you're immature and foolish to date men your own age. Only promiscuous females do that. Only a promiscuous female is going to have intercourse with a male her age, because a male that's your age can't take care of you. You see, a 23-year-old man can, in some cases, scarcely take care of himself. In all cases, he can't take care of you and a child. And
I'll say that would definitely strike up an interesting debate, because a lot of people would disagree and say that, oh, you want these young women to get with older men. That's being creepy. But he makes a lot of sense at the same time. I definitely understand that concept that the man is usually going to be a little older than the female, because he has something that he can really bring to take care of this woman. If he's supposed to be a leader, he should have already led himself somewhere in life to where he's acquired certain things. That's how it was done back in the day, if you really think about it. Not saying it has to be done like that today, because we live in a day and age where the woman and the man are damn near doing the same thing when it comes down to getting into a career space. But I do understand the process of getting someone who has a good head on their shoulders.
that's quite sad, but that's parenting, and I don't blame you for that, love. That's why we're doing this work, because you didn't have a fair chance. You had terrible parenting, and I acknowledge that that is not of your making. Now you're old enough to learn something new, change your behavior. Let me acknowledge Ethan. He writes, not necessarily this black women.
I'm going to let him go through the super chats, but I'm going to just say this real quick. Yeah, definitely her situation, you got to blame the parents or whatnot, because here's the thing about it. We all are dating in our teens or whatnot in today's age. Now, like I said, back in the day, I think it was a little bit different to where it was more structured and controlled. But not saying you can't get with someone your age and have a good situation, but I understand the logic of when you actually talk about getting with somebody who's a leader and more adequate to take care of someone. That would probably be the more structured thing to do. But in today's age, it's led off emotions. We get with people for the wrong reasons, because they got riz, they got swagger. Hey man, he had a new J's every time they come out. That's goofy mentality. So I understand that process, but let's move along.
Is this black woman is a joke. Mason writes, she's the reason why accountability cemeteries exist. Shout out to Brother came in supporting the work. I also acknowledge Take Mob General writes, if your child does not have their father in the home, then you are a single mother, and the child is being raised by a single woman. That's a good point. Living a life which will destroy them. Dev writes, these women are cooked. We have to build our families with the best women of any nationality and not be stuck in this choice prison. Black men make black children with our own ideology.
Choice prison is
period.
crazy. That's a good one.
Wowzer.
Choice
May I
prison.
also acknowledge via the Stripe link, shout out to Dallas supporting. And may I also acknowledge Ernest supporting using the Stripe link. And shout out to the first baller alert. Shout out to the ballers. Shout out to Charles Kanan supporting the work using the Stripe link. And this is probably what you should have been looking for, dear. Should have been looking for yourself a baller instead of a brokey. And that's why you're in this situation right now.
I don't agree
with
that.
But you see,
100%
men who
either.
are higher earners, it's not only about the money, it's about the higher level thinking. You see, when a man earns better, in all likelihood, he might be smarter, more shrewd, better money manager, better manager of people. So you're dealing with a guy who's immature, young, and broke, and now you're in this situation, then you're lying about the situation being a good situation or being favorable. If someone busted in your house right now, they could literally take advantage of you, and all you could do is hope that they don't take your life and then call the police afterward. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like a bad look to you?
Some of these women are designed for the guy who ain't gonna have a lot or just gonna do the bare minimum. Just because a guy ain't a good guy don't mean he ain't gonna get a woman. He gonna get a woman that's gonna match his wave. And a lot of these chicks don't qualify sometimes for that so-called good guy or adequate guy out there. She just taking it in. Damn.
Just be honest. That's all. I'm just asking for honesty.
She just taking it in, man.
I mean, not necessarily. Like, I feel like you can take things and make them, you know.
So if a man
more
busts in there
crazy
right
than it
now
really
and
is.
take advantage of you, like you feel fine. Like you feel like you're perfectly safe, even though he could take advantage of you, take advantage of your kid, walk out, and all you can do is pray while you're being taken advantage of, that he
Right, but
leaves you with your life. Like,
that
you think that's a good look?
That wouldn't happen. Like, I mean, I'm not saying that it's impossible, but
about to say that.
that's not going to happen because
Why is that not going to
Well,
happen?
I don't.
Why?
I have a
Are
very
you like super strong or something?
no.
Are
I
you
don't
like
put
you do
myself
MMA or something?
No, I don't I don't
Ma'am.
go out and put myself in unnecessary situations. I know I have
Man, random things do happen, and you don't know what situation that you could end up in. That's why you have to mitigate the risk. And I get what he's trying to say, that there's no man in your home.
a daughter to come home to. She is my world.
I didn't
don't
say
put
go
anybody-
out. I'm saying right now, where you're sitting, a man could bust into your house and do exactly what I just described.
And the police will automatically get called because we have
But
no
that's
notice.
after you've been victimized, dear. Yeah, I agree. The police will come at some point, but they will not come before you've been violated. They don't come that quickly. We all know that. Let's be real here.
He's right. That is
Okay,
true.
Well, I also know how to use a gun, and there's like several here. So I mean,
There's several there.
I wouldn't
And so
get violated right
if
now.
they bust in, you're going to be quick enough to get it.
Best believe.
You don't even sound believable.
Fantasies, extraordinary.
She said-
Shout to Lovelace. Shout to
said
Lovelace. Comes
fantasy.
in by Cashapp writes, for a very
Yo.
needed conversation.
Oh,
Peace to the
That's
saints. Peace to
unbelievable.
the saints indeed. My goodness, the delusion is extraordinarily strong. Shout to Michael. He writes, supporting the work. Now, the funny thing is, if being a single mom is not a bad thing, dear, why do you think the whole society speaks against single moms?
okay. I will say this. I don't think that single mothers is a good thing. I think that it's something that you cannot control. Majority of the time, a woman cannot control whether or not she
That is
becomes
not
a single mother.
true.
There's nothing you can do.
Unless your man dies, I don't know what she's talking about.
The man decides to leave,
Oh
he can
my
just
God.
leave, and all you can do is like put him on child support. But a man is like not. You cannot force a man to want to take care of his children. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that a single mother is necessarily good or something that you should want to become to be or want your daughters to be, but it's something that happens and there's nothing you can do about it. And then, you know, the man that most times, if he didn't want the child, he didn't use protection. He did not care when he was going to
didn't.
do.
What
And
do
then
you-
when it happened, when the baby became about and they just say, oh, well, I don't want to deal with it. And then the woman is forced to deal with it on her own. But of course, you know, some people choose to terminate. But in my case, I just don't want to do that. But I do support if people want to do that. That's understandable too. But, you know, the real problem is these men doing what they do with these women and running away from their responsibilities, dodging accountability, running away from the reality of what they have done. And that's what I feel like what my baby daddy did, and that's what he's still doing. So it
Hey,
is
The
shout
what
out.
guy wanted to be with you. You just didn't want to be with him. It's crazy how the logic goes out the window when you start hearing the logic, the math just ain't mathing when you hear it come out her mouth. When you have ultimate choice on which guy actually is gonna lay inside you, this is mind boggling.
Out to bro, shout out to bro. Don't ever let her catch you, my boy. Don't pay a penny in child support. You hear me? Stay
Oh,
on the
no, I
run,
don't do
my
that.
boy. I'm rooting for all of
do
them.
that.
I want everybody dodging child support. I don't want nobody paying child support.
I don't do that.
You hear me? Hey, listen, man. If anybody ever on the run from child support, holla at the big homie. Listen to me, love. Actually, let me give you some support. Here's a crazy supporter. This person writes, "Sister, you right. Not all females bleed. I was a slower too, so I didn't bleed because I took my own virginity on accident. Having fathers in the house is BS. You don't need no daddy. It's some old patriarchal biblical mess." Well, we didn't reference the Bible at all. But anyways, this man is running a cult grift. They nothing wrong. If you are bi, oh, I guess she said there's nothing wrong if you're bi. If you like to eat monk, ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Eat that monk. He lying. He lying, baby. So there you go. That was a supporter. That was a supporter right there. Now, here's a crazy thing. So you lied just viciously and said that becoming a single mother is like beyond your control. Come on, sis. Don't do us like that. Here's the thing.
Like that.
At what age did you lose your virginity, according to you?
Okay. Ask me a question again. I'm so sorry.
Sure. At what age, according to you, did you lose your virginity?
I was 16, 15, 16 years old.
Freaky high school days.
15. Got it.
We all were
And
there.
Do you think maybe that was before the proper season?
Yes, I don't advise anybody ever do that. Definitely don't do that.
Right. Agree.
Yeah.
So are you aware that you have lived and continue to live a promiscuous life?
I haven't continued to live a promiscuous life. I was with somebody for 2 years. We had the cheesy, corny little high school, middle school love, and we thought we was gonna get married one day, and I did that, and we're still cool to this day, but
The guy that
things
got
don't
you
work out.
pregnant,
No, not
how long were you with him?
like um, probably
Month?
like no, definitely not a month. Longer than that,
Okay.
but
I would
I
hope.
can't just
2
give
months?
longer than that.
Bro, it's crazy how she can't even give an exact date for the guy that actually got her pregnant, but she could talk about the dude who was like a high school sweetheart that she was with for like 2 years. This is why I think sometimes too we need to probably start separating the men and women again at early ages, because all this this love at these young ages when like we always say, your brain ain't even developed yet. So I do think that we are doing things out of order and we putting the emphasis on things that we shouldn't during them time periods, and maybe offset it and have those experiences a little later on in life. So maybe we can cherish them a little bit better or take them serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
And by the way, there's a weak male in the chat, someone named Terrence. He writes, "Don't punch down. This girl is literally a kid. You're literally a liar, you imbecile. A child is age 17 and below." And I would love to punch down on you. So if you'd like to come on live stream, let me know, Terrence, and I'll give you the link and I'll punch down on you verbally. And maybe, God willing, I'll be blessed one day to have the opportunity to relieve the world of your existence. You males disgust me because you're a liar. You're a liar and a weakling. So number one,
Wow.
A girl is a minor, which would be age 17 and below. This is a liar right here. And these are the scummiest type of males, and they all need to be removed from earth. You're 23 years old, is that correct? I'm
You
talking to
said
you.
I'm 20? Yes, I'm 20. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
looking at
23.
these
That's okay.
comments. And they're
Nah, you
just
can ignore the
scrolling.
comments. It's not going to help your situation. You should for sure ignore the comments.
It's not
No,
gonna help.
it's not helping my
So
situation. It's just crazy how people think about you and stuff. But whatever. I'm
yeah.
listening though.
It's not really about you personally. It's the situation that you in, which you're attached to.
Yeah, so age 23 is an adult, and especially when a female has a child, then automatically she's an adult for sure, like times two. So it is that
Wait
sick,
a minute.
weak
Wait a
kind of male
minute.
who is the
What?
problem. No worries, writes, let me get this right. Young lady, you said you don't have control over being a lonely mother, but you just said you chose to leave the father and never seek him out to be the father. Is that correct?
Okay, you said something about a father. What'd you say?
Okay, see, what you're doing right now, young lady, is being disrespectful.
Oh,
And
snap.
the fact that you're being disrespectful right now lets us know everything we need to know about your upbringing and why you're a lonely mother. Because a
wow.
man who's responsible, honest, and has integrity, he wouldn't allow this kind of behavior. He'd leave you
I just
because you're
didn't see it.
disrespectful. That's the second time you did it. So we see that you're talking to someone off camera, you're being disrespectful. Not only to me, you're being disrespectful to the 2,000 people who are watching this live. And you're making excuses, which means that you do not accept accountability and you have no standards.
She look
So
like she
you're
don't
a
know what's
lower
going on.
class person. And that is why the males you're dealing with are lower class. Lower class males will leave you. They will not support you because they can't. They can scarcely support themselves. Everything that you have in your life today is a reflection of your values or lack of values. So what you have in your life is a reflection of you. It's not the man. It's not anything else out in the society. It's not modernity. It's you. It's your low way of thinking, your low way of living. That is why you're in this situation. We see you interrupt.
Wow.
We see you not pay attention when the other person is talking. We see you cannot track the conversation. Those are all indicators that you have low value. I explained to you earlier, there's 3 reasons a man leaves a woman. She's unruly, she's incompetent, or she's promiscuous. You've displayed all of those characteristics. Promiscuity. You lost virginity at age 15. I don't blame you for that. Again, I think that's your parents. You lost virginity at age 15. You slept with people pretty quickly because the guy that got you pregnant, you can't even tell me how long you were with him. So
True.
clearly that was pretty damn quick.
That's not
He
good.
wasn't even around for the birth of your child. So you didn't know him like that. You guys didn't have
Yeah.
any real relationship.
Yep,
No,
yep.
you can't blame him because you decide to have intercourse without a condom with someone that you don't know well. Great. So that's the promiscuity piece. Unruly. We see that you can't take any level of accountability. You can't take any level of feedback. And the last one, incompetence. You can't even engage in a dialogue and track the conversation. So if you can't
she
even
talking
understand the words coming out of my mouth, how could you ever follow directions? How could you ever get anything done? So those are the traits that you have that have led you to this situation.
I'm not gonna lie, it is very disrespectful that I don't know what she like navigating around the house or whoever's behind the scenes, but it is very annoying for her to just constantly be, while someone is definitely talking to you.
Because you don't believe that you can get out of it, you just act like this situation is comfortable. It's not comfortable. And whoever that is that you're talking to, let me talk to them. I want to talk to them. Let me talk to that person.
Oh no,
No, let me talk to them. Let me talk
no,
to them.
that's definitely not that. We can't do that. That's my younger sister. No, not that bad.
That's your younger sister. You live with
Yes.
your younger sister?
No, she's just here visiting because it's
She needs to
family.
go back to her parents. Whoever her parents are, she needs to go back to them. You're a bad example.
I ain't mad at that. She
On
do.
God.
She is.
That young lady needs to go back to them. You are a terrible example. She should not observe how you live. How you live is a counterexample.
Oh man, I'm not mad at that.
How do I live? Like, I'm.
Madam.
How do I
Madam.
live? Because I don't.
Madam.
Where are you getting that right now? This
Madam.
crazy.
Terrence writes, the brain is not fully developed. Shut up. Terrence.
He really going on with that? The brain is not fully developed to 25. That's why he's punching down her parents. Sir, yeah, you shouldn't say anything like that. To say that your brain not developed until you 25. That's goofy.
Shut up. You're a moron. You talk like a liberal white woman. Come on as a man and express yourself. Dimwit. Disgusting. Anyways, you live like an animal, respectfully. You live like the lower
How do I
animals.
live like an animal?
You live unrefined. You live like a barbarian.
Must be talking about the pajamas.
I mean,
Okay.
let's be honest here. You're asking me, Marquette, how am I living like an animal? What time is it in your time? What time is it in your time zone?
It's 1:33.
Oh, great.
Sorry.
It's 1:33
PM.
p.m., which is also known as like the middle of the day. The work day, you might say, because it's a Wednesday. It's the middle of the work day. and you're wearing a bonnet and you're wearing pajamas.
I'm
You look
off
like an animal.
today.
That's fine. And
Pajamas
I'm
all
also
day.
off today. And that's okay. But being off does not mean that you need to A, look like a slob, and B, go in front of 2,000 people live and then still look like a slob. It shows a lack of respect for the self. It shows a lack of respect for your family name. But the reason you don't respect your family name is because you don't have a family name. Family name comes from a man. And it is because your father wasn't there that he did not enforce upon you standards. Women often don't have standards. That's why black females are often overweight, because the black male is so weak. You see, the females are going to get out of control unless the black male is regulating things.
I do agree with the standard part. Women don't like to listen to men nowadays. So when it comes down to laying ground rules or a foundation, it's not there. Most chicks are moving off of their own ideology or other women that has just taught them the same thing throughout life. Most men, see, a man's correction is going to be your protection. And that doesn't look attractive. It's not sexy. It's not appealing. So when you hear certain guys tell y'all these things, y'all think that guy being controlling. You think he's insecure. You think he's just a lame guy. But that guy is really trying to explain to you how the world really views this, whatever he's trying to change on you.
That's why I'm here. And that's why you hate me, because you rail against God. You rail against goodness. You rail against standards.
Whoa. Like, hold on. I don't even know where to start. That just made me think. Okay, so way back, you said something to one of the commenters. You said something like, once a woman have a baby, then they're grown. Are you saying like,
that's right,
period? Or
period.
They're an adult?
Yeah,
so you're saying, so if
once a woman births a child, she is a woman.
That's fact.
She's a woman. There's no going back. She's a woman.
Yeah.
Even if
right?
she was
because
assaulted.
the reason. Okay, I'm going to answer your question. First off, we're not talking about assault. If she's assaulted, she should for sure terminate, because whoever did that to her is probably not a good person. We don't want to pass on that DNA. So that's number one. We're going to set that aside. So if a female has willingly engaged in intercourse and then she ends up pregnant and she decides by her own decision to bring the child to term, she is a woman now at that point. Yeah. What do I mean? The reason that we differentiate between a woman and a girl is so that we can protect the girls. Largely, we need to protect them from being taken advantage of, right? Mostly in the physical way. So if you've already had a child as a girl, you're now a woman. Why? Because now you need someone to take care of you. And a boy cannot take care of you. Only a man can take care of you. So it makes sense that we now open you up to men so that you can be taken care of rather than continue to be taken advantage of. You see, it's the difference between being taken care of and taken advantage of.
That's real.
Do you understand the point?
That's a good breakdown. Great breakdown.
I don't believe that if a woman is, if the girl is underage and she has a child, she is still a child.
Nope.
Did you? What part did you?
Don't play adult games and expect not to get adult prizes. You still gonna have to play the game like an adult woman would. If you put yourself in that situation, welcome to womanhood.
You understand that I said? What part did you understand?
You said that if she has the baby, then she is the girl. The baby is the girl, and she's the woman. And she's a woman.
What?
That's what you said. You said that she is a woman and she just had the girl. But they're both still girls.
She confused.
Who? I didn't say had the girl. Where did you get that from?
She looked confused. It's the difference between the girls and the women.
You just said that you're basically saying that once she has that baby, she is no longer a child. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that's not.
Do you understand why I said that?
Yes, but it's not. I don't at the same time, because it doesn't make any sense. That's not how that works.
But you said it doesn't make any sense. Hold on one second, dear. You said what I said does not make sense.
No, she's still a child. If a child has a child, it's just two children. It's just one is younger than the other. Like it's still.
That's the disconnect right there.
So here's the problem.
That's the disconnect.
You're not a thinker. I'm one of the greatest of thinkers, and you're not a thinker. But you have no awareness that you're not a thinker. So it would make most sense for you to be here trying to learn, but you're not inclined to learn because you're unruly like your mother. Now, let's just expose that you're not a thinker. Here we go.
Comments is crazy.
Explain to me what makes a female a child versus a woman. Explain to me.
Okay. A woman is an adult. A grown woman, 18 plus, even though 18 still kind of rocky.
18, but 18 plus makes you an adult, right? Okay.
Yes. And a girl.
Why 18? Wait, hold on.
If you participate.
Because that is the legal age.
Why is that the
That's when you
legal
become an
age?
She
adult.
can't explain
Why is
why.
that the legal age?
Because that's what they say.
Oh,
That's how you
Who's
turn when you
they?
become
Who's
an
they?
adult.
Who's
see,
The
they?
government, the world. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, that when you're
Okay,
18,
so
you're
if
legally
the
an adult.
government says it, then it's right. Is that what you're suggesting?
yep.
Definitely not. I don't believe
Okay.
that 18 should be the adult age. I think it should be 21 plus. But legally,
Uh-huh.
18,
But
you're
you
an
just
adult.
told me 18 is the reason that she's an adult. And you said it's because the government. So now will you admit that you don't make sense, or you just want to carry on and pretend you do make sense?
I do make sense.
Wow.
18 is the legal age. That's when you become
Yes,
an adult.
I
This is
understand
scary.
that, and I'm asking you, well, why is that the legal age that you become an adult as opposed to 19 or 20 or 10? Like, why 18? What's the magic?
You're gonna have to ask them. I
No,
don't
I'm
believe
asking
that.
you because you're the one. You must believe it because you just said.
Mm.
I said what makes you an adult, and you said age 18, and I said, well, why? Are you noticing that you've never thought about anything you believe in? You believe it, but you never thought about why. That's why you hate people like me, because I'm challenging you
I
to
don't
think,
hate
and it's
you.
like your brain is getting exhausted because you
I actually want to hear the reason why as well, if to why it is 18.
never thought before. This is the first time you've ever thought. Actually, it's the second time because I asked you earlier, I said, why did you interrupt me? And you couldn't even explain why you interrupted me because you couldn't move your brain to think. All you do is repeat what liberal whites have told you. And the things the liberal whites have told you didn't come from a liberal white directly. It came from your mother. It came from your television shows. It came from your social media, but you just don't know. And that's the
Okay.
sad part. Shout out to Bad Man supporting the work. May I also acknowledge Yassine.
So
Thought
Can't
he
I
was going to dive into the whole 18-year-old thing. It's definitely, see, once a woman or a young lady has a baby, you definitely about to welcome yourself into motherhood. And it don't really matter the age, whether it's between the from whenever you first get your menstruation. Usually, honestly, back in the day when a young lady gets her menstruation, that's when she is going into womanhood. And of course, once she has a baby, now she's definitely diving fully into womanhood. So that's why it is on the responsibility of the parents to make sure that your daughters ain't out here just having a whole bunch of sex and getting pregnant, because you're accelerating her into a womanhood when she still needs to be taught how to actually become a woman.
Can I say something?
I just yielded the floor. That would be the perfect time for you to say something.
I got to get paid too. How wouldn't you get paid at like this? Because this ain't no way.
But you said that
No.
you're a single mother.
She worried about
Why are
the
you
money.
trying to get paid from a man? You're a woman.
I'm
You don't need a
not.
man.
I'm not.
You don't need a man.
You're
You don't
not
need a
listening to what
man.
I'm saying.
You don't
She
need a
asked him about the
man.
donations.
You're doing
No,
well. You said you like your situation. You said you like your
Nobody should
situation.
need anybody. When it gets to a point where you're
Great.
dependent on
But
someone, like you shouldn't
you
want
just
to
asked a
stay that
stranger
way.
for money just now. That's what
No, I
black women do a
didn't.
lot. You just asked a stranger for money. We heard you. You
No,
just
I
asked a stranger for money.
didn't.
I
Look,
talked about the extractive
She
nature of
can't
the
even
black female
explain.
yesterday.
The sad part is that she can't even explain what she was saying. She was saying, how do you get into being able to get paid online, getting donations, possibly getting a fan base? It's sad that she's just not explaining herself properly.
You just asked a stranger for money and then you tried to deny it. It's kind
I
of weird.
didn't. I just said, okay,
She
forget
won't
it. It
even
was a joke
explain.
anyway.
I can't stand when females do
So a
that.
strange
just-
joke
That's
that
bad.
only black females tell.
What is up with this whole black female thing? Like, what is?
Well, I'm here to correct you all because it's actually my responsibility and I'm not going to allow you to misrepresent me as a black human being. So we're going to force you into correct behavior. That's what it is.
Okay.
She don't even
I
know
don't
what
think
that
all
sounds.
black women act the same way. They
No,
don't all do the same
thank God
things.
they don't. No, they don't. We're talking to the lower class ones right now. There are a great many black women who behave quite well and they're not single moms. And so I don't need to chastise them.
Okay, but like I said, you can't control single motherhood. If the man could just leave at any time, like there's
No,
nothing
you
can
actually
do. You
can.
can't
I'll give you
stop
two
them.
examples. Number one, you can stop being promiscuous. So you could actually find out like about the guy you're sleeping with before he skeets in you. That's number one. So stop being a slore. Then number
Okay.
two, if for some strange
the easiest
reason
one.
you got tricked, and that's unlikely if you take out the time to get to know him,
And
then you can
family.
terminate. So you have full control. And here's the sad part. Women get to choose if they terminate or not. Men have no say. So not only do you have rights, you have more rights than men. It's actually quite unfair. We need to fix the laws. So you're lying, is what I'm saying.
Okay, I said this. One, every woman's body is their choice. So if they don't want to terminate, they shouldn't have to. If they want to have their children, they should have to. I wanted to have my child. I did not want to. I don't know if I can say that. I did not want to terminate my child. I don't want to do that. If you want, if women do that, that's fine. It's them, but that's just not me.
Well, then why didn't you just like wait until you got to know the guy instead of just sleeping with people you
Yeah,
don't know well?
there you go. That's a good question.
That's another. That's not true. But also, I do want to say that
What?
even if
How
you do
many
know a
how many
guy,
months did you know that guy? How many months did you know that guy before you let him skeet in your guts?
it was.
Skeet in your guts.
I did not just let him do that. That's not how that happened.
Did he RAPE you?
No.
So
Okay,
what
so
do you
what
mean?
are you talking about then?
Listen.
This makes no
what
sense.
I'm saying is, even if I was to just know this man like the back of my hand and just everything about him, and we got married and we did everything the regular way, the right way.
Yeah.
That you can.
And I'm not saying marriage is the right way.
you-
Black people need to follow the black code. I've written an entire code for our conduct. We do not need to live as the whites. Carry on.
Regardless of that, why are you still using extremes?
Become a single mother. If you do all of that,
Oh,
if you
But
know
we're
the
not
guy
talking
and all
about.
of
We're,
this,
no, love. You're making up lies.
Yeah,
you're
live
not
it.
about to get to know a guy for 5 years
No.
and then become a single mother. No, that's just not
Really?
the case, dear.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Yeah, really.
Live in
That's
reality.
correct. Do you have
Okay.
some data to contradict that?
I don't have no stats off the top of my head, but I just
Yeah,
know for a
I have an
fact
eerie
that
feeling the more time you spend with a guy before you sleep with him, the less likely it is that you're going to end up as a single, unsupported mother. That's you don't think that makes sense to you? That doesn't make sense to you? You need stats to comprehend that?
I wish it was that simple.
It's not that simple because of the environment that you're in. And the people that you got around you, they make it difficult. And then you make it difficult. That's the problem because it is that simple. You're not going to sit right here and tell me that you're not going to be able to get to know a guy for multiple years. Your family meet him. You meet his family. Y'all become intertwined. He has something to live for and something to lose. You telling me this dude just going to go ahead and throw it all away? Just throw it all away. No, because usually people who end up becoming single moms, it's because of disagreements that probably came from the mom, most likely. The guy might have differences, but we know that guys still stay through the situation just because they don't want to lose what they have. So it's sad sometimes when you have some of these young girls with pretty faces, but this ain't always up top is clicking.
If I wish you would have a time.
No, it
to
actually is. That's really
go
nice.
to
That's a nice
women's
part.
shelters and places like that and speak to these ex-housewives,
Logic.
former housewives,
Oh,
and
stop
former
it.
wives,
Oh, stop
and
it. Why are you
other
making up
baby mothers.
lies? Why are you
It's
making
not
up
lies,
lies?
and you can
No,
speak
it
to
is.
them
It is
and
lies.
hear their
We don't need to
stories,
speak to them.
and you'll be
You gotta stop
surprised.
making up lies. It's so sad.
So many of
Shout
so
to
many
Mr.
people
Chambliss. He
are
writes, put these
together with
individuals
them.
on self-drive.
I'm gonna leave it right there, y'all. It's just very disingenuous. I don't want this to be super long because, like I said, I don't know what's still left in this, but y'all can watch this in its entirety. She's already, you can see the logic just ain't logicking there. And like I said, she is 23. She's young. But I can't, that's not the past because you got a lot of 20-year-olds that still have common sense. This just comes from, I think, a lack of the genetic pool sometimes of people that end up being created. Some people are thinkers, some people aren't. And guess what? The ones who aren't thinkers, they need a little bit more protection. And that protection is going to come from most likely people around you and your family, I would hope. Your mother and your father to tell you and put you up on game to make you understand like, hey, you need to put yourself in healthier situations. I need to protect you from yourself because you just can't make good decisions. She said her mom was a single mom. So that already lets you know that she's going to reinforce everything that she's doing and show that she's doing something good. She says she's off. She's living by herself. She got the jammies on. So she just, see, it's a false sense of security to where we can work, pay for things. We feel like, hey, I'm doing good. I can pay my bills. I can just chill. No, people don't even understand what real survival is anymore, man. We all cooked. We are all cooked, the men and the women. We've all been re-engineered to think a different way from how the world actually operates. And who's operating it are the people who we still call our enemies. They operate the world, we just live in it. And then now we like little pieces on the board to where it's like, oh, buy this, oh, buy that, oh, shop here, shop there. It's like, it's like there's no real, we don't have really any traditions on how we actually move, produce things, create values in our life, morals, none of that stuff. Everything is going out the window. And this young lady is a reflection of it. I feel bad for her, but she's gonna be okay too at the same time, man. She's a chick. If this was a guy talking like this, he'll be cooked. But being a woman, she's gonna be fine and she's attractive. Bruh, the guy that she with right now, the so-called stepdaddy, she gonna, even if she end up dumping him sooner or later, it's gonna be some next guy there. She'll learn eventually, but is the thing about it, that timeline and how jaded you become and how tough your situation is. You place that pressure on yourself. It's not even necessary. You don't have to do it. But she's already laid in the bed that she created. She's got to deal with the consequences. But this is the next generation, man. This is 23. A lot of people that think like this. And you know what's funny? She's 23 thinking like this. You got 50-year-old chicks that still think the exact same way. There is no waiting for the brain to develop. All 25 is going to be the age where a chick thinks properly. What are we They all think the same. That's why you have to have certain men in your life who think the opposite, who can give you that logical perspective to where you don't have to live in your feels before the reals. But make sure y'all like the video, hype the video, comment below. It's your guy JayBReacts. Shout out to the Saint in the Center, Marquette Devon Burton. I have the link so y'all can watch in its entirety. And until next time, y'all, peace.